2020. It has to be perfectly balanced to start the year. You got Ricky Gervais doing something really awesome and just outright demolishing the Hollywood elite at the Golden Globes, and it's freaking great. He's like, go fuck yourselves, basically. But then you also have this shit with Iran. It's causing an entire goddamn shitstorm, and people basically doing what people did. They were big name celebrities in the freaking Vietnam War and going, oh, I will suck your dick if you don't kill us, type of attitude that Jane Fonda perpetuated back then. So, yay. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. We must have a good and we must have a bad. No middle ground, damn it. We can only have a good or a bad. Yeah. Alright, so I'll start off with the more pressing issue, is people pandering to fucking Iran of all places. Iran. You know, the country who is basically riding off the coattails of what the Obama administration left them to try to create nuclear weapons. Yeah, apparently a lot of celebrities are trying to pander to them so that way they don't blow us up for what Trump did. So what Trump did was he killed a motherfucker who was trying to blow up an embassy, a U.S. embassy. And there was a preemptive strike. I'm not sure if it's allowed under the War Powers resolution or not. What he did, I'm not really arguing that. Okay, maybe he should have went to Congress. You know, that's a discussion for another time. I'm not really here to talk about that. But when you look at the situation and you're just like, oh, this guy was planning to strike. Trump decided to fuck him up first. You know, saved innocent lives. What's the point in getting pissed off at that? I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to anti-war Twitter. I'm talking to pro-war Twitter. I'm talking to the libertarians. Look, I get it. Look, yeah, I get it. The president shouldn't be doing all this stuff without congressional approval, especially if it's a matter sensitive as this. But he still stopped someone from killing innocent people. Okay, you can at least give him that. All right, he's not doing it like freaking Barack Obama, where he's outright trying to drone American citizens and other people who is just anyone with drones across the world and the Middle East specifically. So, you know, don't forget about that. All right, what Obama did with drone strikes was far worse than what Trump's doing. In fact, Trump's made it kind of lax looking in comparison. But everybody started flipping out. You had all these memes about World War III. Oh, man, we're going to go to war with Iran. No. Iran's a fucking pussy state. They don't have the balls to try to go up against us in an open fight because we kicked their ass. Seriously, the only reason why we didn't win the Afghan war and the Iraq war is because there was too much freaking bureaucracy in it. Excuse me. All right, like, they weren't just obliterating military installations left and right like we did in the Gulf War, because we won the Gulf War, then we pulled out. But the whole reason why we had those proxy wars with Afghanistan and Iraq, and have one of them still going on today, you know, we kind of weren't doing it right. But yeah, everybody's flipping out. So we're going to go to World War III. It's like, this was just one country. And this is Iran. A country who's basically had to whine and beg like North Korea to try to get some form of resources from the Western world. And it's just disgusting to me that people are thinking Iran's on the right. I mean, it really is disgusting. You have freaking the mainstream media just writing stuff about this guy, like writing about, oh, the emotion, like, oh man, people are crying because this dude got killed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a bad man. He's a bad man. It's like, well, this dude was about to kill some people. Think Trump was justified. All right. Come on. All right, I'm tired of people like freaking Joe Walsh freaking going around like, oh, this is all Trump's fault. This is all Trump's fault. Blah, 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 blah. No. No, this is not Trump's fault. This guy's going to kill some people. He decided to take action. That's it. All right, he was getting ready to strike an embassy, a U.S. embassy. That's United States soil. He does that. That might get us into a war. Like, come on. Freaking use your head, people. I understand we don't need to be getting into conflicts and shit, but when somebody's trying to attack people on U.S. soil, we kind of need to do something about it. All right, do you want another Benghazi on your hands? Because that's how you get another Benghazi. Basically, don't do anything. But you have all these people freaking out. Then you have people like Rose McGowan and Michael Moore sucking up to the Iranian theocracy dictatorship thing they got going on over there. And it's gross. Rosamund Gowan basically went down on her hands and knees and was like begging for forgiveness, like she's looking in the face of God, even though apparently she doesn't believe in a God. And she tweets out this stuff. It's like, we don't endorse this president. What he did was wrong. And then Michael Moore, oh man, and I have the picture that Michael Moore had on his Twitter, and it was really stupid. All right, and he wrote this in Iranian, and here I quote: "Sir, I deeply regret the violence on our behalf by a man that most Americans have never voted for." That's not true. "Avoid power, a sincere man, Michael Moore, an American citizen." This motherfucker sat in the Democratic National Convention. A man with a lot of political power, considering he made a bunch of stupid-ass movies that basically have aged about as poorly as milk. We're gonna take... do you think the Iranians are gonna listen to this dude? This dude's a joke. Are you supposed to be this grand man working for the people, but lately his freaking moral process has turned into that of Diabeto? He has major contempt for the working class lately. Like, look it up. Michael Moore has been outright lambasting people who are working class Americans that are living in red states that voted for people like Donald Trump. He does not give a shit about people like you and me. He doesn't. The only thing he gives a shit about is having his crony celebrities freaking stroking his big fat little dick. And like I said, the media have just been like gushing in the remorse that people in the Iranian government showing to this dude. This motherfucker, like I said, was going to kill people. He was about to strike. This dude is from a country, the country running a government that routinely suppresses rights of women. You know, the whole thing with the Iranian theocracy that's being run right now? They were trying to force women to wear hijabs. Women didn't like that. They got murdered in droves. Protests sprung out, but college students not liking what they were wanting to do with stuff. They got murdered in droves. This is a big government motherfucking thing. A dictatorship in a really stupid form. I mean, all dictatorships right now are really stupid. We shouldn't need dictatorships in any day and age past a certain point. I mean, I realize like in the past you need them in some ways because even then you have stuff like feudalism. Do something like that. But that's in the old days. In the modern day, we have no use for dictatorships of any kind, and we definitely don't need human rights suppression. And that's what these motherfuckers are doing. Throwing gays off rooftops, suppressing women's rights, beating women for staring at people. It's gross. How people in the left and who are also like just the major anti-war people are freaking going around and trying to stroke Iranians' freaking brain cells is beyond me. This motherfucker did not deserve to have that power. He did not, and look, have your qualms with Trump for whatever he did. I think he did at least the right thing in terms of his power. Yeah, I don't like it that he just decided to do it, especially without congressional approval at least. But come on. Obama basically opened that lane open for him. Okay, here's the problem with the United States presidency. If one president leaves a loophole, all presidents exploit it. You want to blame somebody, blame Obama for that. And Bush. And Clinton, too. And basically every other president. Because that's who you're going to have to blame. Alright? Like I said, you leave a loophole open, people are going to exploit that shit until the end of time. Well, that was a depressing issue to talk about. Let's talk about something good to end off the video. Ricky Gervais, a guy who I didn't like as much. I mean, when I was seeing him in TV when I was younger, I liked him enough. He had some pretty good jokes. Then I found out like one of those. I thought at least that he was like a militant atheist or something like that, and he is an atheist. And you know, he said some stuff I didn't really particularly care for when I was still super religious, and it still. And looking back on it, there's stuff there that I didn't particularly care for him saying still to this day. But man, he has been the ire of Twitter, film Twitter or otherwise Twitter, like just regular Twitter. And he's been outright lambasting Hollywood. He's making a bunch of jokes that would get any other normal person fired, but I think because he has a British inward pass, that I think he's fine. But he went on the Golden Globes, and this is the last time he's hosting the whole event. And he went out with a spectacular bang. If I can get a clip downloaded of it, I'll show you some of it, and hopefully I won't get copyright claimed, because I know whoever airs it probably wants that fucking money, even though I don't have enough subscribers or view count to, or even watch time to get monetized. Even then, YouTube might take it away anyway, because I'm such a toxic person. But man, Ricky Gervais just went all out. He said basically, fuck you, dishonor on you, dishonor on your mother, dishonor on your cow. I don't think I'm getting that quote right, but you know what I mean. He went all out. He called out people for siding with people like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. He said that you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and yet went to school less than Greta Thunberg, which is amazing to see. It was just good. It was something that people who were just tired of the endless bullshit political scene coming from Hollywood, and tired of seeing their hypocrisy just go unchallenged, especially from people in their own in their own seats. You know, it's good to see someone in that circle just go, fuck you guys. I'm tired of your bullshit. I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of staying silent. This is the last time I'm ever going to do this. It was NBC. Yeah, he said NBC, they don't really care for whoever hosts this thing, because they're letting me out there say this shit. They don't give a damn about what I say on Twitter, and it's great. Like, Ricky Gervais just let it all out. And I tell you, if I were Ricky Gervais, I would say stuff like that. I'd have to use a little bit more imagination to try to top what he was saying. But damn, he was really, really fucking good. Like, honestly, has to be one of the best performances from anyone that I've seen. And this is just real life. This isn't like a movie or anything. This is just Ricky Gervais telling off everyone. He told off everyone on the freaking stage. He's like, fuck you guys. And he even called out corporations. He called out Apple for having a show, for their show called The Morning Show. It's like a wonderful show about doing things right, doing the right thing, when made by a company who works sweatshops in China. And it's like, oh, nut. Supreme nut. I love seeing Tim Cook get his fucking face slapped on national TV. It's great. That motherfucker deserves to get punched in the face. Single-handedly ruined Apple and Steve Jobs' vision, and is doing basically a chop mockery of Apple. And like, I love seeing his ass get slapped in the head. Just fuck that guy. Like, seriously, that Smosh kit where they were making fun of Tim Cook all the time was fucking amazing. Like, that has not aged a day. Fuck Tim Cook. But you also have people like Tom Hanks. He's just sitting there with this really awkward smile as this is all going down, and it's great. Like, honestly, if Steven Spielberg was there, I'd want to see his fucking face, because, you know, he's been involved with some shady shit in the film industry. I would love to see him get called out on it. No, not having no female protagonist like that one lady did at an award show a few years back. I'm talking about the really shady shit. But yeah, it's glorious. It really is glorious. Yeah, Ricky Gervais doing a favor for us all. He took the ultimate fall. He sacrificed probably the rest of his life's career for IRL shitposting. A true hero for us all, as Urinating Tree says. A true hero. IRL shitposting right there in front of an audience of pansy-ass actors. I love it. I love it. That honestly makes everything that we've been going through for the past decade worth it. It's a good way to start the decade. It really is a good way to start the decade. You have the people who we all looked up to at the beginning of the decade turn into these freaking retards, or at least as Dutch Vanderlyn was, come out of their shells to show who they really are. And you're not going to take that. We're not going to take that crap anymore. We're not taking that bullshit. We're not having these people talk down on us like they have an inch of moral superiority. So good on you, Ricky Gervais. You are a based man. You may say some shit that I don't like, but god damn it, I respect your ass. So that'll be it for now. My first video done, and well, since before Christmas. Hopefully I can get some more out now that I don't have other stuff to look forward to except for work. But we'll see what happens later on. Thank you guys so much for watching.